Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Brave New World's special report segment. I'm Lucas Summers.
I'm Zachary Henry. Thank you for joining us. We begin tonight by addressing the topic of legal drug use. When you are ill or not feeling well, the natural order of things is that you visit the doctor. When you get diagnosed and the doctor will prescribe a medication, prescription drugs are supposed to help you with any ailments that the doctors have diagnosed you with, and it is not accessible without the same prescription. However, there seems to be underlying agenda in the medical community to overprescribe medications when it may not be necessary. And now I'll send this over to my colleague Lucas.
Thank you, Zach. Research has shown that there has been a rise in prescribing the drug Prozac, an antidepressant otherwise known as the happy pill. Drug companies have broadened the concept of anxiety and depression through their advertisement in pursuit of greater sales. Physicians, who should have been the gatekeepers, after all, a prescription is required to obtain these drugs, succumbed to various pressures, including advertisement, patient requests, and so on, to overprescribe as these drugs became part of a larger consumer-oriented search for happiness in American culture. Prozac is being used as a self-medicated drug for happiness and emotional vulnerability to guide intentions and subdue nonconformity, making a patient feel good for a while, but at the same time controlling a person's behavior. We will take a short break, and when we come back, we will discuss ADHD treatments and effects it has on children. Greatest thing on someone? Yeah, can I try some? Here you go. How does it taste?
Good.
Bet.
As we continue our topic on legal drug use, prescribed medication for ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder, Ritalin for example, has been on the rise, especially in young children. It is a drug which helps to regulate their attention, but at the same time, it calms their difficulty behavior. However, is it difficult behavior or typical being of a child? Research shows
these prescribed drugs, although legal, can also be considered dangerous. Society has become dependent on drugs to get a feeling of contentment. In their minds, by taking these drugs, their lives are fulfilled, and without it, has no meaning. There's also the influence of social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter that is used as a news feed, advertising the different drugs and how it can help you. It is especially influential on some who suffer mentally from being alone or depressed, and these media outlets become a point of contact for them emotionally. Whether it's positive or negative, please watch this short video on the effects of prescribed drugs.
So there is a perception that prescription drugs are safe, and in some sense that's both good and important, right? Because they're drugs that are coming from a doctor. They're part of the U.S. medical system. They're getting prescribed by a legitimate prescriber. They're getting created by a pharmaceutical company, and they're getting dispensed by a pharmacist. So they're in sort of our U.S. medical system, and they've been judged by all of those people to be safe for the person that they've been prescribed for. They have weighed the risks and rewards, and they've decided, yes, you should be using this drug, and you should be using it safely, right? And it's important that people be able to trust that system. So they are safe, but they're also dangerous, and that's a problem for prevention. It also sounds like it's a contradiction, but it's not. There are lots of things in our lives that are both safe and dangerous, right? The kind of easiest example is driving, right? We know that driving a car can be very dangerous, right? We also know that most of us drive cars all the time, and it's perfectly safe, right? No one is suggesting that because driving a car is dangerous, you don't drive cars, right? But there are ways to mitigate that risk, both as an individual and as other drivers and community. So too, with opioids, there are ways to mitigate your own risk as a user, and there are ways for other people to mitigate that risk, be they prescribers or the community at large adopting opioid prevention practices.
I'm Lucas Summers.
I'm Zachary Henry. We thank you for watching us on Brave New News. Good night.
Good night. Greatest thing on someone? Yeah, can I try some? Here you go. How does it taste?
Good.
Bet.